My name is Brendan Matsuyama. I'm a student in Cal Poly, and I'm currently applying to be an officer in the United States Marine Corps. So, looking back on freshman year, I wasn't really motivated. I wasn't really involved in any activities. I was doing okay in school, but my grades weren't the best. When sophomore year came around, a friend of mine named Onyx, who's a pole vaulter, now he's a Marine, convinced me to join track. So, sophomore year, joined track, lost about 40 pounds. First week was pretty bad for me. I hadn't really exercised in like years, so I was exhausted all the time, but I didn't want to be the guy to quit. I already had like a track t-shirt, so I wasn't about to just like walk out on practice and wear the shirt around. So I came back every day, eventually competed with the team, did so for another 3 years. I think track really put me in the mindset of actually showing up to things and trying. My grades went up pretty substantially. By the time I graduated high school, I had a 3.94 GPA when I was applying to Cal Poly. Without track, I don't believe I would have been able to reach the physical level or the academic level I was at by the time my senior year rolled around. So the military became part of my plan this previous summer. In July, my friend Onyx graduated from Marine boot camp, so we drove down to MCRD San Diego. And during the ceremony, I think I just realized that the idea that was in the back of my head of joining the military kind of got propelled forward, because it was like, hey, my friend who has been exposed to about as many opportunities as I have can do it, so that means that I can do it. So the first step that I took in getting ready to apply for Marine Corps Officer Candidate School was I looked at the physical standards for the Marine Corps. Now, the Marine Corps has certain minimum standards that you have to meet. The standards for a Marine officer are much higher than enlisted for like the initial training, because for Marine enlisted, you're just going in and they're training you in boot camp. They're indoctrinating you basically, and they're building you up physically. You don't have to meet the very minimum physical requirements just to get into boot camp. They apply to a different standard.
Feet don't hurt yet, back doesn't hurt yet. Kind of out of breath, but as we go on, it'll start sucking a lot more. But there's a strain on the shoulders, and I had to double up my socks and powder my feet, but my get blisters on my heels from doing this shit in boots, so we'll see. So the pace we're going at right now and taking a bunch of breaks is nowhere near the pace of OCS. If you're not going at least like 4 to 4.5 miles per hour when you're ruck marching with like 60 pounds, you're gonna fall out. So got a long way to go.
So I want to become a Marine because it's a challenge, especially going the officer route. You have to be extremely physically fit. You have to be academically competitive. Just to get in the program, the average GPA is a 3.5. The average 3-mile time is like sub 20 minutes. And I felt like that program would have challenged me to go out of my comfort zone, both physically, mentally, and academically. I feel like a lot of the reason why I had initially just dismissed the military option was because I felt like I couldn't do it. And I realized that that's not a really good way to lead my life. So I feel like you should lead life by taking on the challenges that you may not be comfortable with taking on, and then succeed or fail, you know that you at least tried